Hello everybody and welcome to the next episode of Ask Evan, the only Ask series on YouTube where you ask the questions and I answer with illegitimate puns. Let's get started. Explain this. Tyler Joseph? If you could choose between only listening to music or watching movies the rest of your life, what would it be? I think I could get away with saying movies because I can just make movies that have my favorite songs in them, and then I'd be fine. But in reality, it would most likely just be music. Make a Fall Out Boy pun, and you have to use all 4 band members. There are more band members than Pete Wentz and Patrick Stump? What's your New Year's resolutions? Well, this year, because every year I do the same one, which is stop biting my nails and that never works, I decided to do one that I think I can stick to, which so far I have, which is to be eating healthier. I actually haven't had meat since the new year, which is weird because I have so many burgers. If you follow me on Snapchat, #plug, I am always eating a burger. That's like a food that I eat all the time. I'm American, it's stereotypical, ha ha ha. But I haven't had any meat in over 2 weeks now. And I feel great. I've been eating a lot of salad. I know you don't get friends with salad. I start every day with porridge, and I eat a lot more fruits than I used to. So, I'm feeling good. What's your favorite Dan meme? This one, which he didn't include in his roundup. Disappointed, Dan. Very disappointed. Best Dodie Quote. I do have a favorite Dodie Quote, which she just made recently, but she refuses to let me use it in this video. If a turtle doesn't have its shell, is it naked or homeless? Boy, that turtle's dead. Favorite song from Death of a Bachelor? If I had 365 days to choose my favorite song from that album, it would just be an impossible year. So, I don't think I can. Make a pun about jam. Well, I already did, and it's on my pun poster, #spawn. We ran out of jelly at work. I wish we weren't in such a jam, but I feel like my patience is spread thin. Preserves puns for bursts. #on a roll. Do you speak any foreign languages, and if not, which would you like to learn? Well, as an American, I didn't really have to learn another language. Like, I know that sounds bad, like I should. I wanted to. I learned Spanish all throughout school, so I can speak a lot of Spanish, enough to make Spanish puns. That's the part of my life that I love when I'm learning a foreign language, when I think of puns, such as, what do you say to your father when he leaves for the city? See you, Dad. Yeah, it's not bad. But I'm learning German at the moment. That's another one of my New Year's resolutions, was to actually practice and spend time on German. So I'm in this competition with my friend Jacqueline Emerson, and we're currently seeing who can learn the most German this month. I, according to Duolingo, am like 30% fluent in German, which I think is pretty cool. That's crazy. That's a lot of German to know. I've been practicing every day, so Guten Tag. And this one's just for the German speakers out there. Zu dir oder zu mir? Ich bin so schlecht im Bett, das musst du erlebt haben. Also, if you're at a restaurant and you're reading a menu and the food's really crap, would you say it's a Scheißekarte? Wait till you get to puns in different languages. It's my favorite thing. Do you have any serious phobias? Yeah, I hate it when I see the word serious. Why would you do that to me? That is, oh, God. Where are you traveling to next? I'm going to DC in 2 weeks to see one of my favorite musicians play my favorite album of all time. Song to song to song, from song 1 to song 10. I am so stoked. I literally bought a plane ticket just to see this concert, because it's not happening in the UK. I don't know how you British people deal with it, but a lot of good musicians come over here so rarely, whereas the US, they're like, tour? How about another tour? Tour. Oh, I finished that tour, going on another tour. Come on, man. The UK needs some love. And as an American, I'm so used to just going to all these different tours in the summer, I got nothing. So I'm going to DC. I'm seeing Animate Man in the Wilderness, be Jack's mannequin again, and play everything in transit. I am so stoked. You could say I'm ready. Who's your favorite crystal germ? Microbes quartz. I love that. What did you get for Christmas? Dodie got me this fork, which when you have batteries in it, it spins. So when I'm eating spaghetti, it spins and twirls the pasta for me. I haven't gotten a chance to try it yet, but I'm excited. I have been trying a lot of vegetarian bolognese, so I'm on the corn. Would you rather get your makeup done by Zoella or play old school video games with Pewdie? That is such a good question, because I'm like, But to be honest, I'm gonna choose the video games just because I want to show PewDiePie that I'm way better than him at most all Super Nintendo and 64 and GameCube games, okay? I will wreck you, Felix. That's it. Challenge on. How many dishes can you cook now? I can cook a saucer, a bowl, a plate. Why do you have a ukulele with only 3 strings in your room? Well, you see, Rachel, Mango has gotten hurt recently. I don't know how, but I pulled her out of the closet and one of the strings had broken off, so I have to restring it, and I just haven't had time. So now when I try and play songs, it's out of tune. You just don't know, it can't hit that C anymore. It's very sad. You can tell, because it's... Let me ukulele that down. Can you make a pun about glitter on the spot? That'd be too easy for me. Yes. Sprinkle of glitters. How do I know when I'm a man? Is it a matter of age, a bar mitzvah, completing the Pokedex? I'm flying blind. Well, you see, becoming a man and all that, that's just societal norms, okay? We don't really need gender. Doesn't matter if you've got a vagina or a Pokedex. It's all... Live your life. How do you get time off work to go traveling and everything all the time? Well, you see, first of all, rude. Call me a hoe. Secondly, I just use my bank holidays wisely. So if there's a bank holiday coming up on a Friday, I've got a 3-day weekend. I'm going to go travel somewhere. I do that all the time. As soon as I know when there's a bank holiday, I plan ahead and I go. Or if I do want to go on a cool holiday, I'll just take a Friday or a Monday off, and that's my paid holiday, because then I have a 3-day holiday in any of these little countries. In terms of the big ones, I just save up most of my paid holiday days, and I use that for a big trip, like my recent trip to Bali. What do we call ourselves as fan of yours? I mean, I would call you Jasmine, because your name is Jasmine. I mean, I've never really had a uniting name for my audience. I felt like if an audience wanted a name, they'd come up with it themselves. Otherwise, it's just you and me, really. I mean, we've jumbled some names around before. We've been like Avengers, the Pondum, the Avandum. You gotta have a pun basically in the name, but nothing really stuck, so I'm really not fussed. The gingerbread houses you made with Gabby, how did they taste? Not that good. Would you rather collab with Dan, Phil, or a dog? Depends on what dog we're talking about here. I mean, if it was a Shiba, sorry fan, but I'm a big fan of that dog, so. She blew me a wet, she blew me a wet, Sheba, no. I give up. Sheba beautiful. That's what I was looking for. Describe this picture like David Attenborough. As you can see, the wild Dodie Clark has reared her head around the Christmas season. You see, every year she comes around, popping out of gifts, hoping to give little forks to the good boys and girls of the city of Berlin. Luckily, the Joker got there first. I actually don't know what's going on with her face. Will you be planning any more math-related live shows? I missed the last one. If you guys didn't know, I jokingly tweeted like, you know what? I'd really love to do a live show where I just help people with their math homework. And I was bored that night, so I did. And I pulled out a whiteboard, and I helped a lot of people with their algebra and their pre-calculus and their calculus and their statistics and the probability. It was really fun. I'd like to do some more in the future. It depends on, what people need and how much time I have, because I was just doing it because I really like helping people with math, and I like math, so who knows? Just check up to date with my Twitter. How do you feel about this? Oh, you mean Brendine Yuri? Please explain your work playlist. Okay, so the work playlist that happens at work is a Spotify one that just plays lots of different random tunes, so sometimes some good pop punk comes on. But speaking of work, I actually just got told this past Thursday that I am no longer with the company soon. I was given my notice, so kind of lost my job. Luckily, it has nothing to do with me. Company's actually doing really well. It's just changing its business model, and I'm not needed anymore, which is fine. But the good news is, I've actually already come out of an interview on a Friday, literally the day after, and I've got 2 more coming up on Monday, because I don't mess around, okay? I'm just moving on up. Good news. Yeah. How many awkward pun-related situations have you gotten yourself into already this year? Just the other day, in that interview with the company that is hoping to hire me, they were talking about how they got a lot of traffic to their website from a picture of Kim Kardashian's butt. So I said, yeah, so you got a big-ass amount of traffic? They didn't laugh. Yes. Well, that about does it for this episode of Ask Kevin. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up below. Also, subscribe because I make new videos every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye. Do you speak any foreign languages? And if not, shut up, dog. Okay, I'm gonna speak Dognese. Beat your butt. Get out of here. Do you think we have batteries anything?
We don't have 2 AAAs, no.
Oh, I have some in here.
AAAs.
Oh, triple A's.
Yeah.
AAAs?
Yeah. AAAs.
Triple A? Is that a British or just American thing? Do British people say AAA as opposed to triple A? Is that just Dodie?
I think it's probably just me.
Hey, you got any?